Anna was only 9 years old when she lost her mother. But it wasn't just a loss. It was a slow, painful goodbye that shattered her world. After the funeral, her mother's younger sister, Angel, took her in. Everyone thought it was out of love, but the truth? Angel only took Anna in because she was barren. At first, things seemed normal. But everything changed the moment Angel gave birth to twins. That's when Anna's real nightmare began. She beat Anna every single day. She starved her. She treated her like a slave. All because of one mistake. One mistake that turned Anna's life into hell. But what was that mistake? What did Anna do that Angel could never forgive? Why did she hate an innocent child so deeply? What Angel didn't know was that the same girl she punished would one day be the one to save her entire family. What happened to the twins? Why did Angel cry years later, begging for Anna's forgiveness? Watch Anna move from a rejected orphan to the wife of a billionaire. This is the kind of story every mother needs to watch. Because sometimes, love is stronger than blood. Sit back and witness Anna's journey from ashes to glory. In the beginning, Peter and Angel were like two young trees growing side by side, tender, full of life, and rooted in love. They lived in a small rented flat at the edge of a quiet town, where chickens roamed freely and the smell of burning firewood was always in the air. They had little, no savings, no child, but they had laughter. Angel would fry plantain in the mornings, and Peter would tease her by stealing pieces before they were ready. Sometimes they would dance to the radio, barefoot on their cement floor. That was before the emptiness started to grow. They waited year after year for a child, but the womb remained silent. The neighbors began to whisper. Auntie started giving her herbs. Church became a place of pressure instead of peace. Yet still, they loved each other. And when Angel's younger sister, Joy, died during childbirth, they saw it as a sign from God. They took the child, named her Anna. She is ours now, Peter whispered. God has given us a daughter, just not the way we expected. Angel nodded. She held baby Anna in her arms, kissed her soft cheeks, and said, I will love you like my own. And at first, she did. Anna grew up in a house filled with small joys. She called Angel Mama and Peter Papa. She helped in the kitchen, fetched water from the well, and sat with Peter in the evenings while he told her stories of the moon, the stars, and what it means to be brave. Peter was a traveling trader, always going from city to city, returning with sweets or small clothes for Anna. Angel stayed home, tending the home, cooking, sweeping, and sometimes weaving hair to earn a little money. Anna was happy, until the day Angel began to glow. Twins, the doctor said, smiling after the scan. Angel cried. Peter danced. Anna smiled. She didn't understand fully, but she could feel the joy in the house. When the twins came, Anna was 9. She didn't complain when she had to help clean them, feed them, or sing them to sleep. She loved them instantly. The girls, Amara and Adiku, were her sisters in every way except blood. But that bond was shattered one afternoon. It was a Sunday afternoon. The sun was hot, and the compound was quiet except for the hum of a generator somewhere down the road. Angel, tired from a sleepless night with the twins, sat on the couch watching TV and scrolling through her phone. Anna, go and boil hot water. I want to take tea, she said, not looking up. Yes, Mama, Anna replied. She walked to the kitchen, placed the kettle on the gas, and waited. Unbeknownst to her, little Amara had crawled into the kitchen, her doll in one hand, her curious eyes wide. Anna didn't hear her. When the kettle whistled, Anna reached for it. The water inside, angry and bubbling, hissed as she turned. Her elbow knocked the kettle's handle, and everything happened too fast. The hot water poured. The child screamed. Anna turned around in horror and dropped the kettle. Amara's face was red, steaming, her skin peeling as she cried and cried and cried. Angel's voice pierced the air. Jesus, Amara. She snatched the child, screamed for help, and then turned on Anna with eyes full of fire. You did this on purpose, she shouted. You want to destroy her beauty. Witch, devil's child. That's what you are. Anna stood frozen, trembling, crying. Mama, I didn't see her. I didn't mean to. But Angel heard nothing. From that day, everything changed. Angel became someone else. She no longer called Anna my daughter. She called her that girl. She gave her leftover food, forced her to clean up after everyone, and began to speak curses into her ears. You'll never find peace. You will never marry, because you're a curse, just like your mother. Peter remained unaware. He was always traveling, chasing business deals. Angel made sure the house looked perfect when he came back, smiled, laughed, even allowed Anna to sit with them. But when he left, the mask dropped. Anna began to shrink into herself. School became her only escape. She would stay behind after class, reading in silence. Her teacher, Miss Nkechi, noticed the change. One day, she called Anna after class. "My dear, why are you always tired? Why do you wear the same shoes every day? Why are you always hungry?" Anna said nothing, but her eyes said everything. When Anna was 16, something changed. She got a scholarship offer, a full one, to study abroad. Her joy was like fresh rain after a long drought. But when she ran home to tell Angel, the woman didn't smile. Instead, she stared at her coldly. "So you want to leave, eh? After I raised you, you think you'll just fly away and forget us?" "I just want to study," Anna whispered. The day of the scholarship interview, Angel locked the door. "You're not going anywhere." Anna banged, cried, begged. No one answered. She missed the test, and with it, her dream died. At 18, Anna dropped out of school and started working in a small roadside restaurant. She became a waitress. Polite, quiet, hardworking. She sent her earnings to herself. Saved coins in a bottle hidden under her bed. Angel mocked her. "Even goat meat is better than you. At least it can be sold." One hot afternoon, while waiting for a bus to work, Anna met him. A tall young man, dressed in plain clothes, stood at the park, looking confused. "Please," he asked shyly, "can you help me? I forgot my transport money. I have no way to get home." People hissed. One man laughed. But Anna, still full of compassion despite her pain, stepped forward. "I'll pay." And so began a story even fate could not predict. His name was Elijah. At first, Anna thought he was just another struggling boy trying to survive. But Elijah was more than he seemed. Behind the plain shirts and kind eyes was a quiet millionaire, heir to a powerful company who had rejected family wealth to find truth. He found it in Anna. She was different. She didn't ask for money. She didn't show off. She listened. They started dating secretly. He would walk her home. They would sit by the roadside and share suya. He told her his real name, his real world. And for once, Anna did not feel small. When he proposed, she said yes. Peter was shocked. Angel was furious. "You want to marry without telling me?" Angel shouted. "You think you're anything in this world?" Anna only smiled. "I think I'm finally free." Years later, Elijah and Anna had a quiet home, far from the pain of her past. Until one day, a call came. Atiku, the other twin, was sick. Blood cancer. Only a bone marrow transplant could save her. The family was tested. No one matched. Except Anna. Angel came to her house, on her knees, begging, "Please save her. I was wrong. I was cruel. But she's innocent. She doesn't deserve to die." Elijah stood by the door, arms crossed. Anna said nothing. She walked into the room, closed the door, and stared at her wedding photo. Her heart ached. She had waited so long for this moment. Now, she had power. But what would she do with it? That night, Anna could not sleep. Elijah sat on their bed, watching her silently as she paced the floor, hands shaking. The house was quiet, but her mind was loud, too loud to rest. She looked out the window, tears quietly streaming down her face. "Elijah," she whispered, "why now? Why her?" He didn't answer immediately. He walked to her and held her gently by the shoulders. "You don't owe them anything," he said firmly. "After everything she did to you, you have every right to say no."
Happy Hi Bestie. If you enjoyed this story so far, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment where you are watching from. Enjoy!
Anna turned to him, searching his face. But the girl, Atiku, she was just a child, just like I was. Elijah exhaled. "She may not have hurt you, but her mother did. Deeply. And that kind of wound, it doesn't heal just because someone says sorry." Anna sat down, her knees weak. She remembered the nights she cried herself to sleep, hungry and alone. She remembered missing her scholarship, the name she was called, the times Angel denied her food, locked her outside, embarrassed her in front of strangers. But she also remembered something else. Amara, the one who was burned, had once given her a handmade card with crayon flowers and the words, "I love you, Anna. You're my big sister." That was before Angel poisoned their hearts. Anna sighed. "I don't want to become her," she said quietly. "I don't want to repay evil with evil. But I'm not a fool either." Elijah nodded. "So what do you want to do?" She looked up. "I want to speak to Peter." Peter was older now. His beard had turned gray, and his eyes were heavier than before, filled with years of silent guilt. He met Anna at a small cafe in town. It was the first time they had seen each other in 5 years. When she entered, he stood awkwardly, unsure of whether to hug her or just bow. "Anna," he said softly. "Papa," she replied. He started to cry. "I failed you," he said, shaking his head. "I was blind. I should have seen it. I should have protected you." Anna's eyes watered, but she stayed strong. "You trusted her," she said, "and I don't blame you for that. But Papa, she ruined me." Peter nodded, wiping his face. "I know, and I can't undo the past. But I came to beg you, if you can find it in your heart, not for Angel, but for the child. For Ataku, please." Anna looked at him long and hard. "I will think about it," she said. "But not for Angel. Never for Angel." Back at her home, Angel could barely eat. She stared at the wall, rocking back and forth. Her pride was gone. Her daughter was in the hospital, pale, weak, and slipping away. Atika's eyes had lost their sparkle. She looked like a feather clinging to the last bit of wind. The doctors had told her they needed a donor immediately. Every hour counted. Every moment lost was another chance that Ataku may not survive. Amara sat beside her twin, holding her hand tightly, her own face showing the scars that never healed. "Mama," she whispered, "will Anna come?" Angel swallowed. "I don't know." Amara nodded. "I hope she does. She was always kind." Angel's heart shattered at those words. Even her own daughter remembered Anna's kindness, not her mother's. 2 days later, Anna returned to the hospital with Elijah. She wore a white blouse and a plain skirt, her face calm but unreadable. Angel rushed forward when she saw her, kneeling on the hospital floor, grabbing the hem of her dress. "Please, my daughter. I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared. I was angry." Anna stepped back. "You weren't scared," she said coldly. "You were cruel, and you enjoyed it. You watched me suffer and never blinked. You knew what you were doing. You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice." Angel broke down, weeping loudly, but Anna remained calm. "I came here for Ataku, not for you." She walked past her and into the ward. Attika lay there, her eyes weak, but she smiled when she saw Anna. "Sister Anna," she whispered, her voice barely above a breath. Anna's throat tightened. She reached out and held her hand. "I'm here." The doctor explained the process. It was painful and risky. It would require anesthesia, a hospital stay, and weeks of recovery. Elijah held her hand as the doctor spoke, never interrupting. At the end, the doctor asked gently, "So what do you decide?" Anna was quiet. Then she spoke, firmly. "I'll do it." Angel gasped from behind the curtain. "Thank you, oh God, thank you." Anna turned sharply. "I'm not doing it because you begged." She looked at Ataku, who smiled weakly at her. "I'm doing it for her, because she reminds me of who I used to be, and no one deserves to suffer for the sins of their mother." Elijah pulled her close, proud and sad at the same time. The surgery took hours. Elijah waited outside the room, pacing. Peter held his phone, praying under his breath. Angel sat alone, silent. When the doctor came out, they all stood. "It was successful," he said. "Both girls will need time to recover, but they'll be okay." Everyone sighed in relief. Anna was wheeled out later, weak, pale, and tired. Angel tried to come close again. Anna turned her face away. "I don't want to see you." Angel's lips trembled. "Please, what can I do to fix this?" Anna looked at her through swollen eyes. "You can't fix what you broke. You can only live with the silence." Weeks later, Anna sat at her window with a pen and paper. She wrote slowly, carefully. "Dear Ataku, you're growing stronger every day. I can see it. You are brave, more than you know. I want you to grow into a woman who loves, forgives, and never lets pain turn her cold. Your mother and I, we have a long story, one you'll understand one day. But know this, my love for you is real, and nothing can erase that. You are not your mother's mistakes. You are your own light. Anna." She folded the letter and tucked it inside a storybook. It was the same book Peter once read to her, years ago under the moonlight. She wiped her eyes and smiled faintly. That evening, Elijah got a call. He picked it, and his face dropped. Anna watched him closely. "What is it?" He looked at her, confused and disturbed. "It's from the company," he said. "There's been a legal filing." Anna sat up. "About what?" He stared at the screen. "It's from Angel. She's suing us for medical custody." Anna froze. "What?" He nodded slowly. "She wants legal rights over you, to claim public gratitude for saving her daughter." Anna stood, hands shaking. "I did it, and now she wants to own me again." Elijah stepped close. "We'll fight it. But this is far from over." Anna turned toward the mirror, and for the first time, she saw not the broken girl she once was, but the woman she had become. Strong, feared, ready. The courtroom was cold and quiet. The air was thick with tension. A few reporters lingered outside, scribbling notes and whispering to one another. Anna sat beside Elijah, her hands clenched in her lap. Her face was calm, but her heart was thundering like a drum. She never thought the woman who had once denied her food and love would one day drag her to court, not for justice, but for recognition. She wants to be seen as the mother who raised a hero, Elijah had told her bitterly. She wants to polish her name with your pain. Angel sat across from her in court, wearing a wrapper, a blouse, and a carefully tied ghillie that screamed humility, but her eyes were still sharp, proud, and entitled. The judge looked from one woman to the other. "You are here today seeking medical guardianship, correct, Madam Angel?" "Yes, my lord," Angel said with a bow. "I raised Anna. She is like a daughter to me. I only wish to be legally recognized for her act of kindness and to represent our family moving forward in the foundation being built in Adiku's name." Elijah scoffed under his breath. "Foundation? She's building a brand out of your trauma." Anna stayed silent. The lawyer stood. "My lord," she began, "with all due respect, this is not a case of guardianship. This is a case of theft, of identity, of honor, of memory. This woman abandoned her responsibilities. She abused the girl she raised. She denied her love, education, food, and even her right to dream. Now that Anna is grown and praised, she wants to take the glory?" The judge raised a brow. "Do you have evidence?" The lawyer nodded. "Yes, and the victim herself is here to speak." The room fell silent. Anna stood. She walked to the center of the courtroom slowly, like a woman walking through fire. "My name is Anna," she began, her voice steady but laced with emotion. "I was raised by Angel after my mother died. For the first few years, I was treated kindly. I believed I had a family. But after an accident that scarred one of her daughters, everything changed." She paused. The room waited. "I was called a witch. I was denied food. I was locked out in the rain. She made me miss school, miss a scholarship, and stripped me of every dream I had. I begged her for mercy, and she gave me silence." Angel's face contorted, but she said nothing. "And yet, when her child needed me, I gave her what no one gave me, kindness." A tear rolled down Anna's cheek, but her voice did not break. "She does not want guardianship. She wants validation. But I am not hers. Not anymore. I am my own." She turned to face the judge. "I do not seek punishment. I only ask that my truth be heard." The courtroom erupted in quiet gasps. Even the judge leaned back, moved. Angel's lawyer stood up, but his arguments were like sand in the wind. Weak, shaky, already lost. The judge dismissed the case. Angel slumped in her seat, her pride shattered. Outside the courtroom, reporters surrounded Anna. "Anna, how does it feel to win? Do you still speak to your adoptive mother? Will you forgive her?" Anna only said one thing. "She taught me how to survive, but she also taught me how not to love." Then she and Elijah walked away. But the battle wasn't over. Because a week later, Angel did something no one expected. She went on live TV. She sat in a plush chair, beside a well-known TV host. "I made mistakes," Angel said softly, dressed in white lace, her voice trembling. "But Anna is ungrateful. I raised her. I clothed her. I gave her life when no one else would. Did I make mistakes? Yes. But who among us is perfect?" The host nodded sympathetically. "So what do you want now?"
Hi, bestie. Kunyafu hivi kumeshawa uruang. If you enjoyed the story so far, don't forget to like and subscribe for part 2. Comment where you are watching from and I will reply with my favorite emoji. Thank you.